Chapter 51, Purely an Appreciation for Art. Chen Donglai's face widened. Instinctively, he reached for the Seven Wolves belt, a well-known Chinese men's belt brand, often humorously referenced in contexts of discipline around his waist. Boy, you're itching for a spanking. Just then, there was Aknik on the door. It must be Teacher Song coming to tutor him. Chen Donglai had no choice but to fasten his belt back on. "I'll deal with you later," he snapped, then went to open the door. Standing outside was indeed Teacher Song. Chen Donglai greeted her with a cheeky grin. "Teacher Song, you're here." Chen Yuan, feeling relieved from a close call, let out a breath. He then said to Teacher Song, "Teacher Song, you've been working hard these past few days. I'll give you a pack of tea leaves later as a thank you." It was a day perfect for attending a parent-teacher conference. Watching his dad dash off, Chen Yuan couldn't help but shake his head. So impulsive and rash. The parent-teacher conference was in the afternoon, and Chen Yuan was never one to sit idle. So, he planned to head to the company in the morning. He hailed a taxi and went straight to the office. After paying the fare, Chen Yuan looked at the company building with a hint of doubt. There were 2 new security guards at the entrance today, probably because they had just started. They stood straight and alert, full of energy. They must have been hired by Dong Jiangguo. Good Dong Jiangguo was really reliable when it came to getting things done. Chen Yuan stepped forward to enter. "Stop! I'm talking to you." The 2 security guards blocked his way. "This isn't a place for kids to play. Go over. There's an internet cafe nearby." Chen Yuan. It was normal that the security guards didn't recognize him, since it was their first day, but he thought it was definitely necessary to set up some honor boards, with his photo prominently displayed at the top, and the words "Chairman" written in big characters. Chen Yuan cleared his throat, clasped his hands behind his back, and said, "Ahem, I am the chairman here. My name is..." The security guard cut him off bluntly. "Are you playing role play with us?" He snapped his fingers playfully. "Sorry, but I'm Thanos, a famous villain from Marvel Comics." The other guard waved his hand. "All right, hurry up and leave." He then turned to the Nos and said, "It's our first day on the job. Take this seriously." Just then Li Changjian, with his hair sticking up like a bird's nest, walked over. When he saw Chen Yuan at the door, he immediately greeted him warmly. "Little Chairman Chen, good morning." The 2 security guards froze on the spot. What had the technical director just called this kid Little Chairman Chen? Was this the Little Chairman Chen that old Dong had mentioned? Cold sweat broke out on their foreheads. This job had been hard to come by at other companies. Security guards working 3 shifts only made around 4,000 yuans a month, but here they could earn 6,000 yuans, plus a month-end bonus. 7,000 to 8,000 yuan was NT. Just talk. They had beaten out countless competitors to finally land this position, but just now they had stopped the chairman. What a mess. Chen Yuan looked at Li Chang Jian, Zhao Li, a casual a slightly teasing way to address someone named Lee. What time is it already? You're slacking off. Lee Changjian looked wronged. Chairman, I worked overtime until 11 last night, and this morning my alarm clock. I'm sorry. Overtime? He could ain't let the man work himself to death. Didn't I find someone to cover your shifts? The company is stable now, don't work overtime. If you don't have to, it drains your energy. Do you have a girlfriend? Li Changjian didn't understand why little Chairman Chen had suddenly asked that, but he shook his head instinctively. Then do whatever you want, Chen Yuan said, waving him in. He then turned to the two security guards. Gentlemen, can I go in now? If we'd known you were the boss, we would have stopped you, even if you wanted to fly in. Of course. The guards opened the door. As Chen Yuan walked in, he turned to one of them, pointed at him, and said, you played then os well. Very talented. With that, he turned and headed for the elevator. The two security guards were dumbfounded. Did little Chairman Chen just praise me? Putting that aside, the boss seems really easygoing. Chen Yuan made the rounds in each department. After all, there were many new faces these days. He wanted them to get a look at him to avoid misunderstandings later. Dong Jiangguo was busy with the restaurant construction, so he didn't accompany him. Chen Yuan wandered around at a leisurely pace. When the employees saw little Chairman Chen coming, they all perked up, worked harder, and typed "doi" on their keyboards with a loud "pa-pa" sound. Next, Chen Yuan went to the 5th floor, the studio, for the game live streaming platform. The person temporarily in charge here was named Shen Chang. When he saw the boss arrive, Shen Chang hurried over to greet him. Chairman Chen. Chen Yuan nodded. How's the platform doing? Shen Chang replied, everything's normal. The platform is running smoothly, and today's viewership is very high. Also, the operations team said many top game streamers are interested in signing contracts with us. Signing matters weren't under his responsibility, so he only knew the general situation. Chen Yuan nodded. Major platforms had already taken down the game streaming channel and were actively negotiating with them. Chen Yuan had assigned Yu from the art team and sales department to handle this. Their platform was the only one that could stream PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds now. If people wanted to watch the stream, they had to come here. Plus, their terms were favorable, so those game streamers were naturally flocking to them. After his tour, Chen Yuan sat down in his office. When he opened his phone, he found that the reality show live stream had been updated. This update had directly activated the reward function. The only reward item was a ticket worth 1 yuan. It also unlocked host-like permissions for Chen Yuan. If anyone posted insults or personal attacks, he could kick them out of the live stream directly. There were also some minor detail updates. The dedicated live streaming app had been a bit rough around the edges before, but after this update, many parts had been revamped to look more professional. A major app upgrade like this cost a lot of money. Chen Yuan figured that director Zhang Zhen must have not only made a personal profit these days but also secured investors and advertisers. When Chen Yuan logged into the live stream, he saw that the number of viewers in his #1 live stream room was only around 70,000, though the tickets were being sent in frantically. A new viewership value display box had appeared at the top of the stream. Each ticket sent added 1 point to the viewership value. Current lie. His viewership value was 26,000 points. After checking his own stream, Chen Yuan opened Li Zuer's Snow 3 live stream room. He was stunned. The little girl was performing with great enthusiasm. When she played the piano, her slender body swayed back and forth, and her expression was filled with rapture. The number of viewers in her room had reached 330,000, and her viewership value was soaring toward 70,000. No wonder she was putting in so much effort. Chen Yuan truly appreciated art. He could then fold back and casually send a large bundle of tickets as airward. One bundle contained 1,000 tickets. This immediately caused a stir in Li Zuer's Snow 3 live stream room. Chapter 52. A moment of calling him lazy feels great, but the aftermath will be miserable. Bring the keyboard. Let's roast him. Damn it, what did I just see? Who was that who sent a bundle of tickets? You rascal, it's you again. Guys, that guy from Live Room 1 came to humiliate us. Just roast him. Let's go. Storm his live room and roast him. Rawr. This guy tricked me, made me get scammed. A hyperbolic way to say being badly old. And now he dares to come to the live room to insult our sacred Zuer. I, Zhang San the outlaw, swear to be your enemy forever. Whoa, Zhang San the outlaw? Why is this guy popping up again? I heard he got absolutely wrecked by Chen Yuan from Live Room 1. Chen Yuan glanced at the comments, then touched at his nose. Was there a mistake in appreciating someone's art? Why are you roasting me? I was even helping her get votes. I gave a bundle of tickets to my competitor. Did Ito something wrong? Being a good person is really hard these days. Oh, oops, my hand slipped. Another bundle. Chen Yuan tapped his finger, leaving a comment. Sorry, my hand slipped. Well, it's just 1,000 yuan, no big deal. When Zhang San saw Chen Yuan's comment, he jumped up, suddenly grabbed his phone, and smashed it onto the ground with a crack. That show hot-tempered, he was so impulsive. He stepped on the phone with a cracked screen and yelled, "You rascal! I'll teach you to be arrogant." Arrogant. After stepping on it, he plopped down beside it, then reached into his pocket to grab his phone. Huh? Where's my phone? His eyes instinctively darted to the junk on the floor. Damn it. I just smashed my own phone. Zhang San Sayas welled up. That phone cost 3,000 yuans. All his savings were already tied up and lost, and he barely had any spare money left. Now his phone was broken too. Wah! I'll have to eat chaff for next month. Naturally, Chen Yuan's comment sparked anger among many people, especially Li Zuer's die-hard fans. Damn it! We scraped together to send 10 or 8 yuans. But this competitor just flicks his wrist and sends 2,000 yuans. If he does this a few more times, He'll be the top donor. Let's flood the comments to drive him away. Our Zur doesn't need your pity. Get lost now or I'll set the dogs on you. This is so infuriating. Is having money that great? I'll never play your Lusai game. Never even touch the loot crates. I don't even want the airdrops. Roast him all you want. But leave the game out of this, okay? Dude, I love your game, but I hate you. Get out. I Citizen Lee C can't stand this. You Ray not supporting our zoo. Or you Ray defiling her. You're using money to corrupt her. It's not illegal, but it's immoral. Chen Yuan Chuck led and switch. Ed to live room 2. Wang Mantong. That little girl was telling stories to get votes. Her story telling was mediocre, like she was reciting a textbook. Chen Yuan shook his head, finding it boring. Fans in Live Room 2 immediately got upset. Chi, that guy from Live Room 1, is looking at Mantong with lustful eyes, right? Is our Mantong not worth a bundle of tickets? Trash. I propose a full net boycott on this guy. Who do you think you are? Do you believe we can take down your live room right now? Chen Yuan just closed the live stream app. I appreciate art and send gifts. No. I get roasted. I didn't appreciate it and don't send gifts. They say I look down on them. Keyboard warriors just roast people for the sake of roasting. Forget it. The money I spent on gifts is just pocket change to me, and besides, that money can't even be withdrawn until the show ends anyway. In his own live room, comments popped up. Haha, Master Yuan is having such a hard time. Our live room is the only loving one. Online trolls are so disgusting. Online they bash heaven, earth and everything in between. In real life, they're timid and shrink back. Scroll. The keyboard rages from the river of heaven. Chen Yuan stopped paying attention to the live streams and opened his computer to play games instead. Since the game launched, many skilled players had emerged, and Chen Yuan, the founder himself, got utterly destroyed. The morning passed just like that. Chen Yuan dyed up his clothes and styled his hair into a more mature look before heading downstairs. When the two security guards at the entrance saw their boss coming out, they immediately stood at attention and saluted. Chen Yuan waved them off. All right, no need for all these formalities. With that, he hailed a taxi by the roadside. The school had security guards. When Chen Yuan arrived at the gate, an elderly security guard walked over and asked, "You're only here at noon? Did you skip class?" "Skip class? I'm a parent. I have to earn money to support the family. Why would I skip class?" "No, Uncle Security. I'm here for the parent-teacher conference." The elderly guard SC oft. "I may be old and my eyesight is bad, but I'm not blind. You Ray here for the parent-teacher conference? Why not say you're the principal?" "Ahem." A cough came from behind the guard. He turned around and quickly said, "Principal Wang, why are you here?" Principal Wang pointed at Chen Yuan standing outside. "He really is here for the parent-teacher conference. His situation is special. Let him in with the principal's order." The elderly guard didn't dare stop Chen Yuan anymore. He quickly pressed the button to open the electric gate. After entering, Chen Yuan walked side by side with Principal Wang. Chen Yuan, you've always been a smart kid since you were little. This sudden comment left Chen Yuan confused. Always been smart? If his memory was right, he used to fail every subject before. Noticing Chen Yuan said nothing. Principal Wang glanced around, paying special attention to the drones in the sky, then lowered his voice and said, Chen Yuan, actually, I'm your die-hard fan. If you know what I mean. Know what? Is this principal even a proper principal? Principal Wang, just say what you want straight up. Only then did Principal Wang whisper, actually, I've been following the football finals. The finals are the day after tomorrow. Who do you think will win? He hunched slightly, completely lacking the authoritative aura he had at school. Chen Yuan instantly figured it out. This Principal Wang must have bet on football, following his tips earlier, and made a lot of money. Otherwise, he wouldn't be talking to him like this. Chen Yuan cleared his throat. Well, I do have some insights about football, but lately, I've been worried about my dad's grades. Principal Wang immediately replied, don't worry about that. I'll make sure the teachers keep an eye on his studies. Chen Yuan smiled. Great. Let's exchange contact info. I'll chat with you about football later. Watching Principal Wang walk away, Chen Yuan shook his head and sighed. Sigh. Always worrying so much. Lazy, a casual, a slightly teasing nickname for Chen Donglai. Even if you don't fight for glory, you have to fight for dignity. In his live room, netizens laughed until they could end straight and up. Haha, Master Yuan is too funny. Guys, did you screenshot that? After the reality show ends, show it to Father Chen. He'll definitely discipline Master Yuan with the 7 Wolves belt. Ahaha, I'm dying of laughter. Sending you 10 tickets. A moment of calling him lazy feels great, but the aftermath will be miserable. Chapter 53. What a Parent-Teacher Conference. Chen Yuan shook his head and sighed, then walked towards the classroom with great familiarity. Naturally, a parent-teacher conference was a lively affair. A circle of parents had already gathered at the classroom door. At this moment, whether they knew each other or not, all of them were chatting. Oh, you must be Chen Chongqian's parent. Your daughter has excellent grades. I've checked her performance several times on DingTalk, a wide Liu's Chinese office and educational communication app. So you're Liuan's parent. Your child is really naughty. Does he often bully our Wang Wang? A common nickname for children in China, similar to buddy or kiddo. Seeing the chaos here, Chen Yuan stood in the corner of the corridor and waited quietly. Just then, one of the parents suddenly spotted Chen Yuan. You're Chen Yuan. Her words immediately drew everyone's attention. Chen Yuan was participating in this reality show, and his father was actually a student in this class. Those students had certainly mentioned this to their parents. Inevitably, the parents would pay some attention to things related to the reality show's live stream. Chen Yuan waved at the parents. Hello, everyone. The parents were naturally quite interested in a kid coming to attend a parent-teacher conference. So Chen Yuan was soon surrounded. I heard you were a business prodigy. You acquired a company in just a few days? Chen Yuan, I'm actually a gaming enthusiast. I've played your game quite a lot. Oh, you're so cute. Come here, let Andy pinch your cheek. That outfit looks really cool. Later I'll get one for my son too. The parents who knew about fashion could tell at a glance that it was Giorgio Armani. One parent kindly reminded, "Don't touch him carelessly. His outfit is extremely expensive." The middle-aged woman curled her lips. How expensive could it be? It's a Giorgio Armani high-end suit set, with retail price of 56,000 yuans, approximately $7,800. That expensive? Those who had reached out quickly withdrew their hands. If they ruined a piece of clothing at that price, they wouldn't even be able to afford to compensate for it. Before long, the head teacher, Teacher Ren, came out. Have all the parents arrived? Those who had arrived naturally answered yes. But what about those who hadn't? Teacher Ren clapped her hands. Let us enter the classroom in an orderly manner. Everyone, please take your child's seat. The parents at the front began to walk into the classroom. As soon as they stepped inside, the sharp-eyed female students immediately called out, "Dad over here! Mom this way! Daddy over here!" Soon only Chen Yuan, who was at the end of the line, was left. A faint sense of excitement welled up in his heart. Could his long-held dream finally come true today? After standing at the door, he didn't even need to look deliberately. He immediately spotted his own diligent student referring to his father, Chen Donglai, who was pretending to be a student for the reality show. However, Chen Donglai stared at him with eyes as wide as bronze bells. Chen Yuan blinked. Everyone else was called by their child when they entered. You shouldn't treat this rule either. Chen Donglai frowned. Come over here. What are you standing around for? All eyes in the room immediately focused on Chen Yuan. With so many people watching, he naturally didn't hesitate. After walking over to his father had no intention of giving up his seat at all. Not calling me is one thing, but now that I'm here you still won't move? Look at other people's kids when they see their parents taking time out of their busy schedules to attend the parent-teacher conference. They hurry to give up their seats. How filial that is. And then there's you, Chen Yuan said in a low voice. Stand up. I'm here for the parent-teacher conference. As he spoke, he also tugged at the waistcoat he was wearing. Chen Donglai instinctively reached for his waist, but quickly remembered they were in a classroom. He stood up awkwardly. Take a seat. Teacher Ren clapped her hands. All right. All parents have arrived. Students, please go to the playground to play. Just as Chen Donglai was about to turn and leave, Chen Yuan threw the textbook on the desk to him and said in an imposing manner, Other kids can play because they have the right to you. Stay here and study hard. Chen Donglai says nearly popped out of his head. You little rascal. You really are asking for a spanking. If so many parents weren't watching right now, you'd be. Chen Donglai took the book, let out a fierce snort, and then turned to leave the classroom. Chen Yuan looked at the other parents somewhat awkwardly. Sorry about that. His shoes spoiled at home. Chen Donglai, who hadn't gone far, almost tripped. After all the students had left, the head teacher officially started the parent-teacher conference. A parent-teacher conference, to put it plainly, was an opportunity for everyone to see how top-performing students studied and managed their time. Overall, the students in our class are very self-disciplined. However, there are inevitably some students who get distracted in class, don't listen carefully, and just stare blankly when asked to answer questions. As the head teacher spoke, her gaze kept sweeping over Chen Yuan. Needless to say, she was definitely referring to his father. As teachers, we should work with parents to help cultivate good study habits in the children and assist them in improving their academic performance. After giving her speech, the head teacher began to praise some students and their parents. In the final part, she started criticizing certain individuals, and those certain individuals were naturally referring to Chen Yuan. On behalf of his father, don't worry, teacher, I'll definitely discipline him strictly when we get home. The parents could enthralled back and burst into laughter. Haha, this is hilarious. This kid is something else. Even the head teacher could help but chuckle. Alright, today's parent-teacher conference ends here. Parents may leave now. Oh! And Chen Yuan, could you stay behind? The parents began to leave in an orderly fashion. Soon only Chen Yuan and the head teacher remained in the classroom. Chen Yuan, you ran this show with an assessment. Chen Donglai's grades are really poor. Especially in English, he can't remember anything at all. You need to urge him to work harder. Don't let our school's reputation be ruined in front of the whole country in the end. Chen Yuan immediately patted his chest and promised, don't worry, I'll definitely help student Chen Donglai improve his grades. That's good. Teacher Ren nodded. She glanced at the drone hovering in the air, hesitated for a moment, and finally said nothing more. When he walked out of the classroom, many students were already waiting in the corridor. They had been Chen Yuan's classmates before. Chen Yuan! A chubby boy waved at Chen Yuan. This student's nickname was Husey, often given to boys for being strong or lively. He had been on good terms with Chen Yuan when they were in school together. Chen Yuan walked over. Husey looked Chen Yuan up and down and said, I really envy you. Chen Yuan patted Husey on the shoulder. Buddy, later I'll recommend you to the show crew. Next time, you can be the dad, referring to the role of pretending to be a parent in the reality show. Husey shook his head violently, like a rattle drum. No way! My dad weighs 300 jin, 150 kilograms. I can't support him. This kid was such a coward. Chen Yuan shook his head and was about to leave when he saw Chen Donglai walking over slowly, holding his books. Chen Donglai was really making an effort. He was walking while muttering something under his breath. When Chen Yuan got closer, he finally made out what he was saying. How many poems are there in Gi Yuan Tianjue? Famous collection of pastoral Poems by Tao Yuan Ming. A Reno 1 poet of the Eastern Jin Dynasty? Who is their author? It's not like he wrote them. How the hell would ik know? Chen Yuan was left dumbfounded. Wow, just wow! An exclamation used to express shock or disbelief at someone's swords or actions.